I'm in the room. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so yeah, welcome to my second session on branding and packaging that we're doing for the UltraStrip solution. Again, apologies, I know the room is really echoey. I'm in the process of moving, and every single day the room gets more empty. So it's probably like really hollow. I hope that does not impact on the experience, but there's really literally nowhere I can do this in this house. So I am working from my home studio today. And yeah, I'm bringing this information to you live. So again, apologies. Hopefully soon it will be much better. Anyway, so today we are continuing on branding and packaging. Last week I spoke about colour. So basically, let me just give you a little bit of a recap, just in case this is your first time. So basically, I have done an introduction video which was kind of like giving you an insight of the sort of things that we're looking at in relation to branding and packaging and what we deem as being really truly important. So the first thing was us identifying our colours. Then it was to look at our imaging, and then the language we're going to use, and finally the experience. So all those four things. Now, if you can see that below, I think you can. Okay, I will put language. So these individual items, what I said was connected together. This picture is not as great as the one I did before. And literally, this sweet spot here is what becomes our branding and our packaging, depending on all the attributes that we considered. So last week we looked at colours, and one of the things that I just say is that the colours that I am looking at is yellows and whites and blacks, those a combination of those three. And we asked, if anyone's got additional suggestions to let us know. But you've got to watch the video before you give me the suggestion, because then at least you will understand the rationale behind it. And you also probably do need to watch the video because you'll understand as well, the kind of brand, that the product is, essentially, that we said it's not a luxury product, and it is generally a product that should be able to, cater for a vast amount of people. But today I want to look at images, yeah. So it's images that I want to look at today. And when I talk about the imaging, it's kind of like what sort of pictures you're going to have trailing the actual product itself, or will there be pictures in the packaging, for instance, or is it just going to be pictures from the literature? What kind of pictures are we looking at? Are we looking at very seriously high-polished pictures? Are we looking at cartoon pictures, like in UltraStrip, for instance, when you've got the care guide? That's all created using cartoon pictures. We haven't depicted a specific person. And we did that purposely because we didn't really want someone to be able to go, oh, it's only for A or only for B, and this doesn't work for my hair and that sort of thing. So we felt like if we use a cartoon character, then it kind of like nobody can really relate to it in that sense. So no one can own it and go, well, that's me. And they'll more look at what the character is actually saying as opposed to the character itself. So the question really is, do we want to use something along those lines, or do we want to use an actual person? And for example, because we've got different textures, do we use different people for different textures, those sort of things. So yeah, and what is it that the person affords? Because when you look at, say, if we're using an actual person, when you look at that person, who's supposed to relate to it? Like, should it be everybody that can relate to it, or should it be a small segment of people that can relate to it? And that, again, is determined by the photos and the images. So, for example, if you take a very high-end product, everything about that product is luxury. So, the person lives in a nice luxury house, they drive a luxury car. So, and they themselves look luxury. So, when you look at the product, you're like, it's a luxury product. And part of the reason as to why, these all come into marketing as well, part of the reason as to why those come into play is because they want you to almost aspire to be that kind of person. And they're almost saying that if you have this product, then you can be like that person. And that's essentially why we buy things, Why do we drive a certain car that we drive? Not necessarily because the car is a great car, because there's so many cars that are great. But, some people will say, well, I'm not going to drive a Ford, for example, because, Ford is for everybody. Well, I will drive a Lexus, or I will drive a Mercedes, and, and they take like pride in those cars as if they are any different from the other. Like they're essentially cars that get from A to B. But the marketing, the branding, the packaging, and dare I say, a lot of cars, right? They use the same parts. The manufacturers sell them to all the different companies. So essentially, like, you're driving the same car. It's just got a different badge on it. But the badge means something, right? So essentially, when I'm looking at imaging, it's really important to get that right. What do I do in relation to this? Now, like some people look at it and go, oh, it's a hair product, so it should be like, you should look at all like the, like it should be all about hair, and it should be about how fabulous your hair is, and so on and so forth. And that is true to a certain degree. I totally accept that. But I also look at another element because I look at where would I expect this product to show up? Where would I want to put this product in? What are the kind of locations I'd want this product to be in? And and if I'm looking at, like, say, retail markets, for instance, I'm like, well, if I'm looking at, I'm expecting this to hit a broad audience of people. I'm like, well, where do lots of people go to? Where do they go? Like, are they in little boutique hotels, for instance, or are they in, I don't know, like, like holiday spots and those kind of things? And the answer could be yes, or the answer could be no, not necessarily. But I do know places that almost everybody visits, and that's the supermarket. So everybody goes to the supermarket to get, because we're going to get food. And supermarkets have been created in such a way now that they give you a wide spectrum of things. So not only do they give you food, they also give you TV, and they give you like tents, some of them, like, they're getting really savvy now. You can get clothes from them, so many different things. And I'm thinking, well, a lot of people go to these places. So if I was to sell my item in any of these locations, then I would want to be able to fit in. I would want my product to be able to fit in. I would want the imaging to fit in to those locations. So today I brought with me Tesco. I'm not trying to say that I want my product to be Tesco, but I wouldn't say no. Tesco, Boots, Sainsbury's, and so on, get my number, give me a call. Anyway, but I look at these magazines not because I'm trying to steal anything from the magazines, but I'm trying to look at what's the kind of imaging that's in these magazines. Because if for whatever reason my product ended up in this magazine, I'd want it to not necessarily blend in as in somebody will just go over the page, but I don't want it to stand out in such a way that it doesn't fit. And that's the thing, it has to fit. It has to be a product that fits in this kind of a magazine, So when I flip through the pages of this magazine, I'm like, okay, this is really about food, yeah. And I really think it's hard. I don't know how you're going to make food taste. But I look at other things in relation to imaging. So I look at, for example, what's the kind of font that they're using, how bright are the images? Like, are they really popping on the page kind of thing, or are they just kind of blending in the page? So it kind of like gives me an idea, again, from that the colour. Will the colours that I've chosen be okay in something like this, or not? Would it be like actually too much of too much of a disconnect in that way? So for instance, hey, I flipped through the pages and I'm going like there. Oh, let me see. And I'm looking for, okay, this has got a picture of a person. Okay, this is a Nescafe. We've got a picture of a person on there, but it's a very regular person. There's nothing like truly special about this person. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe we should be using regular people. Regular people, everyday people that, like, get up in the morning, like normal folks, go to work, do their stuff, come home, look after the kids and what have you, and then on the weekend they go out, regular folks. So when I'm now looking at my imaging, not only is it, like I said before, the pictures that I'm looking at, I'm also looking at what's the font, what's the text looking like, what does that look like, how do I bring that together? So over the next couple of weeks, what we're going to be doing looking at imaging is looking to determine the kind of images, the kind of pictures. And like I said, this product is a product that I really imagine could be sitting on the shelf in Boots, for instance. I could imagine it sitting in an aisle in Tesco. I can imagine it sitting in one of those locations. Not necessarily am I saying that it will be there, so don't go looking, but I can imagine it being there. And because of that, when I'm creating my images, I'm going to be looking at the kind of things, the kind of images that relate in that market in that respect. So yeah, so basically, this is what we're going to do. So how can you help? How you can help is, I don't know, if you come across an image that you think, oh, actually, this could be great for UltraStrip, like, take a picture, send it through to us, and we can work with it. We're not trying to copy anything here because we are our own people and, we create our own things. However, inspiration is not a bad thing. Inspiration, as far as my topic is concerned, is a good thing. If you can get inspiration from anything, that's great. But it's your creativity that you apply to the inspiration that's going to actually determine what something's going to eventually look like. So we can have eye for inspiration, eye for images. So if you've got any inspiration around images, we would love to have your comments on that. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I can give you some idea of the actual colours that we're going to use, whether it's deviated from the yellows and the whites and the blacks, and even what kind of colour yellow we're going to be using. And then we're going to move swiftly into the images that we're going to be using. So it may not even necessarily be that, say, for example, the packaging has any images. It may just be the actual, on the website itself, that we'll see some images and stuff like that. I will say we are looking for an option where things, I don't know, where we can bring a lot of things to life, so it's kind of like a little bit more of a 3D kind of scenario. We are looking into doing things like that, but that's still in its early stages. If that actually becomes something more viable, I will communicate that and I'll let you all know, because that is really exciting as well. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so that is literally what we're looking at the moment. So any images that you have that you think would be a good idea for our website, go onto our website, www.ultravan.co.uk. Go onto the website there, or you go into .com, go and click into the click into it, and just have a look at the website, because we are going to be changing that particular website so that it can coincide a lot more with the retail side of things. It's not in the best shape at the moment. But however, you can go and look at it and you can go, hey Clara, you know what, we could suggest a few things here, a few things there. I will take any suggestions that you have, I am not precious about this at all, because I'm trying to make something that's going to work for you. And if you feel like the website that we have is not working for you, we will change it. I've got no problems in changing it. Like I said, I'm not precious about it. But yeah, as long as you come up with something constructive, not destructive, because we're all about construction here, not destruction. So yeah. Anyway, that's about it today. So next week, I think I want to talk about the language next week. So I'm going to come up and show up and talk a little bit about the language. So we've got some ideas as to the kind of language we're going to be using. Again, I may still be using the same material for the language. I've got a few suggestions. I might bring that to the table and see what you think about the few suggestions that I've got. Because again, all of these things need to work together. And when they work together, we get the brand and packaging, which is crystal clear, and nobody's thinking about, well, what does this stand for? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create something that everybody knows what it stands for, and it's crystal clear from the packaging what's going to be inside the packaging. Does that make sense? If you are wanting to purchase a blood-type version of UltraStrip, it is available for you to purchase. I will put the link below. You can go and purchase that. The because this cut-off date for delivery this year, so if you purchase it now, you'll get it delivered next year. So that's not a bad thing. You can go into the new year with a brand new product. Hey, that sounds great, doesn't it? But I've actually purchased another one. So I've purchased a wavy one, and I've got extensions with that as well. That's going to be my Christmas look. So I've decided I'm going to go long for Christmas with some extensions and the wavy top piece. A wavy top piece. So when I wear that, you can have a look and see what that is as well. So yeah, I'm also testing it out just to make sure that it works the way I want it to work, and hopefully it can work for somebody else as well. So if you're really interested in that, join our waiting list. Honestly, you can join our waiting list and do nothing. We will else does. You'll get some additional stuff, and then you'll know when we're going live as well. So, and you can provide your feedback through it. You can also join our hub, the CA hub, and in there as well, I talk a lot about the UltraStrip and the new products that we're bringing on board and all those sort of things. Kind of like a little bit quiet at the moment just because there's so much going on because I'm in the process of moving. I think everybody in the world knows that I'm in the process of moving because I keep telling everyone I'm moving. But yeah, but since I'm in the process of moving, I've not really been able to concentrate on the hub that much. But nevertheless, it's never too late to join it because when I do start to communicate in there, it will be, continuous role. But, you can communicate with me. So if you want to chit chat with me in the hub, then you can do so. But before I continue waffling, because I can be on here all day long and talk to you guys all day long, and I'm sure you've all got other things that you've got to do. I'm just going to stop it there. And yeah, I'm going to apologies for the sound. I'll try and fix it if I can. If not, it's only going to be some short videos. So, Take care, guys, and I will see you soon. Thanks for your help.